एवं श्रद्धापूर्वक नतमस्तक होता हूँ। उनकी कृपा से जीव भौतिक क्लेशों के महासागर को पार कर सकता है तथा कृष्ण की कृपा प्राप्त कर सकता है। मेरी एकमात्र इच्छा है कि उनके मुख कमल से निकले हुए शब्दों द्वारा अपनी चेतना को शुद्ध करूं। उनके चरण कमलों में अनुराग ऐसी सिद्धि है जो समस्त मनोरथों को पूर्ण करती है। वे मेरी बंद आंखों को खोलते हैं तथा मेरे हृदय में दिव्य ज्ञान भरते हैं। जन्म जन्मांतरों में वे मेरे प्रभु हैं। वे प्रेमा भक्ति प्रदान करते हैं और अविद्या का नाश करते हैं। वैदिक शास्त्र उनके चरित्र का गान करते हैं। हे गुरुदेव, करुणा सिंधु तथा पतित आत्माओं के मित्र, आप सबके गुरु एवं सभी लोगों के जीवन हैं। हे गुरुदेव, मुझ पर दया कीजिए तथा मुझे अपने चरणों की छाया दीजिए। आपका यश तीनों लोकों में फैला हुआ है। जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की, प्रभुपाद गुरु पूजा की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री लेसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से गौ श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की, ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की, मायापुर नदीप धाम की, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगा माई की, यमुना माई की, भक्ति देवी की, तुलसी महारानी की, सामवेद भक्त वृंद की, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Gaurang. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Vallabha Giri राधा कृष्ण भोग शाम कंद राधा कंद की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवदीप धाम की जय, गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, द्वारका धाम की जय, स्वामी तो भक्तवृंद की जय। All glory to the all glory to the Thank you very much.
भवतः क्वचिदात्मनः परितुष्यति शारीर महात्मा मानस एव. I am just quoting Sanskrit mantras before you. You may not understand the language, but the vibration of the sound, the Sanskrit mantra hymns, it has got special value. Mantra, sound vibration, sabdadanavritti, that the whole material world is produced from sound. That is scientific fact. Scientists are researching the importance of sound, physical science, sound, light, and the transmission of sound and light. There are so many things, electronics. So this sound vibration, this is material sound. They have got so much wonderful power. And just try to understand what is the power of the spiritual sound. Real sound is coming from the spiritual world. It is simply just like gramophone. Sound is coming originally from the person. The gramophone is reproducing. That is not the original source of the sound. Similarly, whatever sound is there in this material world, the original sound is produced by God. Just like in your Bible it is said, let there be creation. It is simply, it was sound and there was creation. So, spiritual sound is so powerful, and we are trying to get you directly from that sound vibration. Hare Krishna. I am sure it is acting. Simply, Sabdadanabhuti. Our question by Narad Muni to Vyasdev asking that, my dear Vyasdev, the author of all Vedic literature, you are such a learned scholar, you have produced such vastly scholarly and philosophical theses, books, and still you are not happy. So, did you try to find out what is the cause? The similar position is of the present world. There is so much advancement of scientific research, result, economic. Of course, in India there may be poverty stricken, but in your country you have got ample, everything ample. But still a section is confused and frustrated. Why? The same position as Vyasdev was not satisfied even after producing so many variety of literatures in material science and philosophy and religion, and everything was complete. So therefore, Narad Muni is asking, my dear Vyasdev, you are great personality, but do you think as long as one is situated in the bodily plane or in the mental plane, does he derive any pleasure? This is the question. We should try to understand how we are constituted. The Bhagavad-gita explains our constitutional position very nicely. Indriyani pararahu, Indriyani. Indriyani means senses. Just like, what is my material existence? I am in this world. What for? For my sense gratification, that's all. This is the first constitutional position. Every animal, every living entity is busy for eating, sleeping, defending and mating. That means the bodily necessities, senses. First of all, the prominent factor of our existence is the senses. Therefore Bhagavad-gita says, Indriyani pararahu. My material existence means the sense enjoyment, that's all. And therefore the material civilization, the highest pleasure is being derived by eschewing sex life, because that is the last word. That is the last word of material enjoyment. One who has no knowledge of spiritual life, they cannot go further than sex life. One who goes still more further than the platform of sense enjoyment, he comes to the mental speculation. As there are many philosophers speculating, the meditation is also another type of mental speculation. So, Indrani Pararahu, Bhagavad-gita says, the first prominent factor are the senses, and the next stage is the mind, mental speculation. Because the senses are controlled by the mind. Mind is the central point of sensual activity. If my mind is not in order, in spite of my eyes I cannot see. In spite of my hand I cannot touch. Therefore, next important stage is mind. Indriyani pararahu, indriyabha parah manaha. Mana means mind. Manasastu paro buddhi. And mind is also controlled by intelligence. Manasastu paro buddhi. And the factor which is controlling intelligence, that is soul. Therefore, behind all manifestation, all activity, the soul is there. That is in dormant stage. Not dormant stage. Actually, the soul is agitating the intelligence is agitating the mind, and the mind is controlling the senses, and the sense enjoyment is our material life. But we want happiness. Therefore, Vyasdev's question to Narad, Narad's question to Vyasdev is very intelligent. That, my dear Vyasdev, you appear to be very, not very jolly, even after producing so much literature. But may I ask you, do you think that on the mental plane or on the bodily plane, if you think there is satisfaction, is it possible? This is the question. The people of the modern age should think about this question of Narada to Vyasdeva very serious. Whether on the bodily platform or on the mental platform we can be happy. No, that is not possible. That is not possible. We should clearly understand that people are busy only on the bodily platform and mental platform. They have no spiritual understanding. That is the defect of the modern civilization. Unless, just like you belong to certain atmosphere, just like we are Indians. I am speaking from bodily consideration, that I am in here, in your country, I am very comfortably situated. The boys are taking care of me very seriously. But still, sometimes I think that I was happy in Vrindavan. Similarly, if you are transferred to some other foreign country, however comfortably you may be situated, you will think of your own country. This is natural. Therefore, we are seeking after spiritual happiness, actually. Just as the child. Child is crying. The child is crying and the mother is trying to pacify the child in so many ways. But the child is still crying because it wants something else. The child wants mother's milk. So unless the mother is supplying that thing, it is not satisfied. Similarly, our demand is spiritual happiness. Our demand is spiritual happiness. Just this morning or yesterday morning, I was walking on the street and so many books were thrown in the street. Very nice book. Gaur Aarti, you remember? Because the fact is, all these nonsense books could not give him solace. He has thrown it on the street. Very nice book. not nice book, very binding nice. It must have been very costly book, big book, thrown. Why? There is no peace. There is no peace. Therefore, just like in your country I see bunch of newspapers. Just after 1 second, turning this page, that page, thrown. Why? There is no place. There is no place. Simply the old story. Punachar vitachar vanana. Chewing the chewed. In your country you don't find such things. In our country, India, the sugar cane is chewed. The juice is sucked and it is thrown in the street. Now if somebody goes and chews the chewed sugar cane, what relish, what taste you get it. Similarly, because we have no information of spiritual life, we are simply chewing the chewed, therefore. In a different way. This way and that, this way and that. And that is sex life, that's all. So that will not give us happiness. This is the purport of the question of Narada. Parasatya Mahabhava Bhavata Kachidam. Do you think that the soul can be pacified, the soul can be in peace by identifying himself with the body and the mind? No, that cannot. And you are the first class example. Why? Jignasitam susampannapite mahadadbhutam kritavan bharatajastam sarvartha parigrihhitam. You are not ordinary scholar. You have produced Mahabharata. Mahabharata. The other day I explained what is Mahabharata. Mahabharata is the real meaning of Mahabharata is history of India. History of Maha means great. And great history of India. Bharat means India. India's real name is Bharatvarsha, perhaps you know. Bharatvarsha. This whole planet was known in the beginning as Ilavati Varsha. Then there was a king, Maharaj Bharat. So according to his name, the whole planet became Bharatvarsha. This whole planet is called Bharatvarsha according to Vedic literature. But now it is now divided. There is a long history how the human society was distributed all over this planet. So far Mahabharata is concerned, you Americans or Europeans, you also originally belong to India, according to Mahabharata. Turkish civilization and Greece civilization was originally from India. Two sons of Maharaj Jajati were given kingdom of Turkey and Greece, and from Turkey and Greece the European civilization or population has increased, and from Europe the Americans, they have come here. Of course that is historical point. So here it is said, my dear Vasudev, you have compiled great literature, Mahabharata, and in that Mahabharata you have introduced everything that is knowable for understanding. Mahabharata was originally written for the woman class and Sri Shudra Dvijabandhuna, because the Vedic literature is very stiff. not only because it is written by written in old Sanskrit language, but the meaning is very deep. Vedic literature, because at that time people are very intelligent. The simple one hint gives them lots of meaning. Just like Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra, you will find simply some clues. Karmadasya jataha, the source of all emanation. Now we can think over the source of all emanation. So Vedic literature requires explanation, authoritative explanation. So the original says it was not possible for understanding for ordinary class of men. And who are ordinary class of men? The Sri Shudra Dijabandhu. Sri, a woman class, are taken as less intelligent. It is no partiality, it is stated in the Shastra, and practically it is so. So, woman class, Sri, and Shudra. Shudra means laborer class. Sri Shudra and Dijabandhu. Dijabandhu means born of a high family. The Brahmin, Kshatriya and the Vaishnavas, they are considered as in the higher status of social life, and the Shudras, it is everywhere. It is not that the other day in the television somebody was questioning me just why there is caste system in India. So I answered, the caste system is everywhere. Why in India? And what is the caste system? The caste system is that there is a class of men who are intelligent, very intelligent, educationists, philosophers, scientists. They are called Brahmins, that's all. The intelligent class of the society, just like my head is the most important part of my body. Why? Because from the head all intelligence is coming. If you cut my hand, I will exist. If you cut my leg, I will exist. But if you cut my head, there is no existence. Therefore, as there is the important part of this body, the head, similarly, those who are giving intelligence to the society, they are called Brahmins, that's all. Brahmin is not a thing which is born by, family-wise. No, that is not. In the Bhagavad-gita I will find, Chaturvarnam maya system gunakarma vibhagas. There is no question of birthright. Anyone, just like in our ordinary life, anyone can become your president. It is not that a particular family has to become one who is intelligent enough, so people like, he will be voted, he will be elected. Similarly, according to the quality and what the section of the society is imagined, not imagined, practically designated. So, this Mahabharata, just try to understand that Mahabharata was originally designed for the less intelligent class. Who are less intelligent class of men? The woman class or the laborer class, and those who are born in high family but their qualities are not so improved. Suppose a boy is born in a Brahmin family, but his quality is just like Shudra or laborer class. The people will not accept, just like if I am born of a Brahmin family, so they will ask my qualification How I am qualified? So those who are born in high family but not qualified according to the family tradition, they are called Dijabandhu. Dija. Dija means twice born. Di means two. And Ja means birth. The Shudras have one birth. One birth by the father and mother. But those who are higher caste, just like a man may be born in a low family or poor family, but by his intelligence he gets another birth. He becomes very rich man or very learned man, very intelligent man, very pleasant. That life is from the university. Similarly, Bija means first birth is from the father and mother, and the next birth is accepting a spiritual mode. The next birth is father is the spiritual master and the Vedas are the mother. So those who accept the spiritual master as father and the Vedic knowledge as mother, they are called Bija, twice born. Twice born. That means cultured family. So those who are born in cultured family, but son is born in a cultured family, but his cultural knowledge is very poor. He is called Dijabandhu. So, woman class, liberal class, and those who are born in higher family but intelligence is very poor, they are called Dijabandhu. And for these classes of men, the Mahabharata was compiled. That means Vedic knowledge explained in simple historical facts. The Mahabharata, the basic principle of Mahabharata is the fighting between two groups of royal family, and on that politics, sociology, religion. But those who have read Mahabharata, they will be surprised how elevated knowledge are there in Mahabharata. But they were made for Sudras and I'm going to say less intelligent class of men. So you can imagine how intelligent at that time people were, that Mahabharata is, even at the present moment they cannot understand rightly Mahabharata. Say for Bhagavad-gita. Bhagavad-gita is part of Mahabharata. But the philosophy is not understood properly, even by the greatest philosophers, they commit mistakes. So that means as the days are going, we are becoming less intelligent. Less intelligent. Therefore, in this age of less intelligence class of men, this yoga system as it is, not bluff yoga, real yoga in their something. Oh, that is not possible. Real yoga system. Controlling the senses, sit in a solitary place and alone with celebrity life, no sense enjoyment. There are so many rules and regulations. Not that if I say that whatever you like and do, you just meditate. What meditation? That is not possible in this age. Next stage of elevation is sacrifice. These are statements of the Vedic literature. In the Vedic literature, Dhyato Vishnu. Meditation means meditating on Vishnu, on the Supreme Lord, this Vishnu form, as you have got in my song. Meditate. That is called yoga. By meditating on Vishnu, one realizes everything and gets some power, wonderful power. So, Bhagavat says that Krite Jat Dhayatu Vishnu, the perfection of life attained in the Satyuga, a golden age, by meditating on Vishnu. That is meditation. Tretayam Jagato Makhai. The next stage, Treta Yuga, by offering sacrifice. That is in the second age. Dapare Parichajaya, the next day is Dapar age, by temple worship, church worship. So, Lord Chaitanya says, the Kalo Nastiva, 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 3 times. 3 times no. That means meditation not possible. Sacrifice not possible. Temple worship or church worship not possible. Then what is possible? Kalota Dhari Kirtana. In these days, simply by chanting the glories of Lord. Hare Krishna. These are prescribed. Therefore Lord Chaitanya, you see, he is preaching this cult. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. There is no distinction whether you are in church or temple or mosque. You simply vibrate Hare Krishna wherever you are, at home or in temple or anywhere, or in the street, or in bed, or in hospital or in office, you can chant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, Kite jat bhado Vishnu, Tirtayan jajato makhai, Dapare parichajayam, Kalo means this age, in the age of Kali, Hari Kirtana, simply by chant. Hari means God. So, here, Narad is asking Vyasdev, Jignasitam, you are a very perfect scholar. Now, the first word is used here, Jignasitam. A scholar is he who has perfectly inquired from his spiritual master. Inquired. That's like in the Vedanta Sutra, the first aphorism is, Athātu Brahma Jignāsa. One must be very inquisitive. That I have explained already several times, that first inquisitiveness should be what I am. Am I this body? The body comforts are so many. I have got my car, I have got good apartment, I have got good wife. Why I am not happy? Why I am not happy? Everything is there. So am I this body? No. Whereas here is asked this question. Jignasitam. So, Jignasitam Aditancha. Jignasitam Susampannapi. And after inquiry, you have very nicely written all kinds of literature. Authoritative literature. If one is perfect in his inquiry from the authorized spiritual master, he can write things. Otherwise, what is the use of writing nonsense? Those books will be thrown out. After reading, just like the newspaper are thrown away and the other books are thrown away. But Bhagavad-gita or Srimad-Bhagavatam, you cannot throw away. You cannot throw away. I will give you one practical example in my life. In Calcutta, my birthplace is in Calcutta. So, my friend, he had one European gentleman, tenet. I am speaking of about 30 years before story. So that gentleman, he was a very respectable man, manager of a big farm, and he was tenant of my friend. So he was going to take possession of the house he was vacating. So I also entered it. That European gentleman, I forgot his name now. There was a Bhagavad-gita, Almara. So my friend Mr. Malli, he, out of his inquisition, he was touching that book. He thought that he is a European Christian. Why he has kept this Bhagavad-gita? So you are seeing that Bhagavad-gita. And that European gentleman, he thought that I am going and this landlord may ask this book because the Bhagavad-gita belongs to the Hindu. He immediately said, "Dear Mr. Murli, I can give any book you like, but I cannot give that Bhagavad. This is my life." This. I heard it in my own. So he replied, "No, Mr. Such, I don't want your book. I was just seeing that why you have kept Bhagavad-gita in your life." "Oh, Bhagavad-gita is my life." So it is, the Shastra means that you cannot throw it out. Nobody has thrown Bhagavad-gita at any time. Because it is perfect. Nobody has thrown Bible. Because they are perfect in knowledge. Jiggasitam aditancha, jiggasitam susampannam, mahadadbhutam. You have done wonderful work. And kritavanam bharatam jastam sarvartha parivinhitam. And you have created the great literature, Mahabharata, in which everything is there. Jiggasitam aditancha. And not only simply you have inquired, but you have studied fully. There are many inquisitive persons, inquire so many things, but do not study. Reciprocation, there must be study and inquiry. Just like a nice scholar in the college, he inquires from the professor and at the same time study. So, the process of acquiring knowledge is to study and to inquire. So here it is said, Jiggasitam adhitancha Brahma. Brahma means the Supreme Absolute Truth. You have inquired sufficiently because your spiritual master Narad, he knows how you are inquisitive. So you have inquired about the Supreme Absolute Truth. Jiggasitam adhitancha jat-tat sanatana. Absolute truth, sanatana means eternal. Absolute truth is not relative. Here in this world, everything we see relative. This world, material world, is called relative world. And therefore it is not sanatana. Sanatana means eternal. As soon as we are in the relative world, there is no eternal life. Relative world means one thing has to be understood by another thing. Just like what is the meaning of son? The son is the son of a father. So unless there is father, there is no question of son. Unless there is husband, there is no question of wife. Unless there is black, there is no question of white. Similarly, whatever you try to understand, there must be the opposite number. That is called dual, or Dvaita Jagat, or the duality. But in the absolute world, there is no such distinction. One, the same father and the same son. Therefore, if I do not mistake, sometimes Jesus Christ is accepted as the father and sometimes as the son. Because in the material world, there is such distinction. Master and servant, father and son, lower or higher. But in the spiritual world, although there are varieties, there is no distinction. There is no distinction. The Mayavadi philosophers, they cannot understand the spiritual varieties. As soon as they think of varieties, they think of material. But actually there is not. There is variety in the spiritual, unless there is variety. Because Vedanta Sutra says, janmartasya jataha. Unless there are varieties, how in the shadow the varieties are there? Just like in cinematographic pictures, unless in the original photograph or the subject matter from which photograph is taken, unless there were varieties, how the picture can be varied? So, in the material world, the varieties are the reflection of the spiritual world. Here is also Father, but this is imitation Father. But there is also Father, but that is not Father, that is real Father. It is imitation Father. A friend, the imitation friend. The real friend is Krishna. Real Father is Krishna. Here husband, imitation husband. Real husband is Krishna. Master, imitation master. Real master is Krishna. So in this way, if we establish our relationship with Krishna as either as husband or lover or master or friend or son or father, it is perfect. It is perfect. We have to go to that stage. We have to give up this imitation. Brahma Sattva Jagan Mithya. Shankaracharya placed this theory before the world. But that is not explained properly because people at that time could not understand more than that. Brahma Sattva. The absolute is truth. And Jagat Mithya, and this world, the manifested world is false. How it is false? That is not explained by Shankaracharya. That is explained by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The reality, real Father. If you accept Krishna as your Father, He will give you all protection. If you accept Krishna as your husband, there is no question of divorce. If you could accept Krishna as your friend, Krishna will give you everything. So many relations, all these relationships in the relative world, they are all shadow or temporary. But the same thing is there in the spiritual world. And if we come to that platform, then there will be happiness. Thank you. Any question? No question? All right. No question? No. Of course, I am trying to explain as far as possible, understandable by you. But still, if there is any doubt, any question, you can say.
जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की। तो प्रभुपाद जी लेक्चर की शुरुआत में बोल रहे थे कि देखो मैं आपको कुछ संस्कृत श्लोक सिखाऊंगा, आपको नहीं समझ में आएगा कोई बात नहीं। शुरुआत में इस बार वी एक्सप्लेन सम संस्कृत श्लोका बट यू विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड, बट डोंट वरी, इट हैज़ अ स्पेशल वैल्यू। तो उसी तरह से लेक्चर ऐसा ही था, बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ समझ में आया नहीं, बट इट हैज़ अ स्पेशल वैल्यू। ये प्रभुपाद जी के अर्ली लेक्चर्स हैं, तो प्रभुपाद जी बहुत ही एक एक चीज़ को बहुत अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन करते हैं। तो श्रील प्रभुपाद जी सबसे पहले शुरुआत करते हैं कि नारद मुनि व्यासदेव जी को क्यों डांट लगा रहे हैं, टॉन्ट क्यों मारे बढ़िया से, कि आप तो बड़े बुद्धिमान हो, बड़ा लिख लिया आपने, लेकिन इतने परेशान क्यों, ऐसा क्यों बोल रहे हैं? यस अमित को जी वो सेटिस्फाई नहीं है ना व्यासदेव। यस
इसलिए डांट लगा रहे हैं क्योंकि वो सेटिस्फाइड इतना
हाँ,
कुछ
वही
करके
पूछ रहे
महाभारत
क्यों
में।
सेटिस्फाइड नहीं, इतना तो कुछ लंबा चौड़ा काम कर दिया आपने, वाई आर नॉट सेटिस्फाइड,
क्योंकि डिवोशनल सर्विस के बारे में नहीं लिखा।
यस। तो वैसे जो बोल रहे हैं आपने खाली बॉडी और माइंड के बारे में बोल दिया, बॉडी और माइंड को खुश करने के लिए बोल दिया, उससे खुश होना ही नहीं कोई, तो दूसरे तो क्या आप ही खुश नहीं हो, तो ऐसा कह रहे थे। यस, थैंक यू। तो प्रश्न है अगला, बॉडी और माइंड से क्यों नहीं खुश हो सकता व्यक्ति? श्रील प्रभुपाद जी क्या कह रहे थे, बॉडी और माइंड से व्यक्ति खुश क्यों नहीं हो सकता? मतलब क्या प्रॉब्लम है उसमें? बॉडी और माइंड की खुशी भी तो खुशी है। यस, एक मिनट माइक कह रहा है।
Because they are materialistic things.
Yes, very close, because they are the material. Something very close to the answer. और कुछ है, material ही है, यही आंसर, और प्रभुपाद जी उसको और कुछ एक्सप्लेन करते हैं, उसी को कुछ कहते हैं, वही शब्द है, बस दूसरे लैंग्वेज में होगा।
हरे कृष्णा, मतलब आनंद तो मिलता है बट सिर्फ टेम्पररी होता है।
ओके, वो एक टेम्पररी है, ठीक है, वेरी क्लोज। और नजदीक थोड़ा सा। यस, गौरंगा इधर दे दो माइक, माइक दे दो इधर। ओह, तो गुम हो गया। बोलने दो उसको, बोलने की इच्छा है नहीं, फिर दे दो। ये समझ, ओके, वो कुछ कह रहे हैं, दूसरा भी रख लेते आसान।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी मतलब वो इल्यूजन है एक तरह से, मतलब कि मटेरियलिस्टिक चीज़ें दिखने को तो हैं बट प्रेजेंट नहीं है, मतलब कि सेंस ग्रेटिफिकेशन हो जाती है पर कुछ समय बाद फिर वही चीज़, तो प्रभुपाद जी शायद वही बताना चाहते हो।
यस, लगभग यही है, आपने भी वही कहा, इन्होंने भी यही कहा, इन्होंने भी यही कहा। प्रभुपाद जी बोल रहे बिकॉज आवर डिमांड इज अ स्पिरिचुअल, मटेरियल कैन नॉट गिव अस दैट हैप्पीनेस, क्योंकि वो हमारा वो है ही नहीं, वो हमको दे ही नहीं सकता, क्योंकि हम तो स्पिरिचुअल है, हमको स्पिरिचुअल ही चाहिए, मटेरियल चीज उसको दे ही नहीं सकती। यस, तो अगला उदाहरण प्रभुपाद जी देते हैं, 2-3 एग्जाम्पल समझाते हैं, 3 एग्जाम्पल समझाते हैं कि कैसे ये जो हम भौतिक सुख ढूंढ रहे हैं उसमें कोई सुख कैसे नहीं है, कुछ एग्जाम्पल देके बताते हैं कि इसमें सुख है ही नहीं। 2-3 एग्जाम्पल बताते हैं प्रभुपाद जी। बहुत ईगर है बोलने के लिए, हाथ मतलब खड़ा कर दिया। यस, गुड, स्टूडेंट लाइफ होता ही ऐसा है, ईगर।
He gave the example of sugar cane, I guess.
Yes, sugar cane. Good, that is one example. Thank you. सही है, chewing the chew, चबे हुए को चबाए जा रहे, कुछ है ही नहीं उसमें। और 2 एग्जाम्पल, एकदम सही एग्जाम्पल है, एक एग्जाम्पल तो सही है आपका, और 2 एग्जाम्पल।
I forgot, sorry.
नो इशू, थैंक यू, एक तो सही दिया आपने। यस, ओके, मेरे बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स जो ऐसी परेशान है, ओके, और प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल देते हैं। बोलते हो रास्ते में देखो कितनी किताबें फेंकी हुई है, और बंच ऑफ न्यूज़पेपर 1 मिनट बाद पढ़ते हैं, उसके बाद फेंक देते हैं। क्यों? क्योंकि उसमें कोई हैप्पीनेस नहीं। उसका उल्टा बोलते हैं, स्पिरिचुअल हैप्पीनेस तो दूर की बात है, कोई स्पिरिचुअल किताब फेंकना भी नहीं चाहता, क्योंकि खाली वो किताब से बहुत खुशी है। समझ में नहीं आ रहा है उसको। कौन सा एग्जांपल दिया? ये तो सबको। तो प्रभुपाद जी बोले मेरे एक फ्रेंड है, क्या नाम था उनके फ्रेंड का? मिस्टर मुलिक। बोले उनके एक टेनेंट है, उनको घर खाली करने को बोल दिया, तो भगवद गीता को जैसे ही छूने लगे बोलती ये नहीं दूंगा मैं, बाकी सब कुछ देंगे। ऑल्दो ही वाज यूरोपियन, तो बोलता है कि ये मेरी लाइफ है। तो फिर बोल रहे आज तक किसी ने बाइबल नहीं फेंकी, आज तक किसी ने भगवद गीता नहीं फेंकी, तो ये प्रूफ है। क्या प्रूफ है? कि स्पिरिचुअल सच में बहुत हैप्पीनेस देता है। तो प्रभुपाद जी लेक्चर को कंक्लूड करते हुए बोलते हैं हैप्पीनेस किस में है फिर, आनंद किस में है फिर? अब ये मत बोलना स्पिरिचुअल में, नेचुरली वही है। बट प्रभुपाद जी क्या कहते हैं? दे दो गौरव, ठक ठक मत करना, चलेगा। ऑन कर दो।
If you gain the ultimate knowledge, that is accepting Krishna as your husband, as your friend, as your father, or as your master, this is what is going to give you happiness. Thank you.
एकदम सही है, थैंक यू। कि टू एस्टैब्लिश रिलेशनशिप विद कृष्णा, इधर एज अ हस्बैंड, इधर एज अ फ्रेंड, इधर एज अ फादर, ये रिलेशनशिप एस्टैब्लिश करेंगे, वही हमको हैप्पीनेस देगा। आपको कुछ स्पेशल गिफ्ट देना होगा आज तो। थैंक यू सो मच। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय जय प्रभुपाद, प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद, प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद। जय जय प्रभुपाद, प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, नारद मुनि की जय, श्रील व्यासदेव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।